everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Shawnee. We are Glitzy Stitches Home by Shawnee Lee. I'm Shawnee Lee. I have so much to tell you guys. I wrapped up my crafting season, let me see, about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. We wrapped up on a Sunday. On Monday, I was at the doctor's office. Sicker than a dog. Don't even know what happened. I've had a virus. I've had all my vaccines, so I'm not real sure. I didn't test positive for COVID or anything like that, or RSV. I was down, still have it a little bit. It was the worst I've had, excuse me, since I was a child. So anyway, that's why I'm coming on here so late to give my report. We're also going to make some last minute gnome gifts. Guys, these are quick, easy, anything you have in your home you can use, trash to treasure, just awesome. So the one thing I have done is I cleaned up my space, my office, and it is ready to go for next season. And I wanted to tell you guys something that happened to me. This has never happened to me before. People were gawking because everyone was just like, what just happened? And it was amazing. I made the most money that I have made at a craft fair. Now this was my weekend craft fair, Saturday and Sunday. I made the most money I've ever made at a craft fair ever, in 30 years, ever. So Saturday, things started out great. My gnomes were flying, just flying, guys. Gnomes, angels. I had all the appropriate bags to, bag them in, things like that. My gnomes, I think the gift boxes really helped. So that first day, I made like over $300. I was happy with that, really happy with that. And then the next day, it was Sunday, so Sundays I was slower, especially until after church is out and things like that, and people want to come and shop. So I had all of my paper products left. I sold a few of those, but it was mainly my gnomes and angels that really flew out the door, and my gnome chapsticks. So I sold a gnome chapstick. I sold a couple of my paper bags. And I had like $35, something like that. A little lady came in, nice lady, and she was shopping around and looking at my things and all of my paper products she seemed to be more interested in. And she bought one of my purses, and then she bought about 4 of my gnome chapsticks that I make. So she was checking out, and I could tell she was thinking about something. I'm thinking, oh gosh, does she think my prices are too high? I don't know. But anyway, she looked at me and she said, all right, she said, just let me tell you who I am. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, what'd I do? And she told me where she was from, and it was a charity. And she said, I want you to go around, and for every one of your paper products, I want you to give me an estimate on what you would sell them to me for. I said, all of them? She said, every single paper product you have in here. First, she said, before she said anything, she told me my work was impeccable. She said, your work is impeccable. And she said, let me tell you who I am. And I'm like, oh, geez, But that was one of my biggest considerations. Is one of the first words that she said to me was my work was impeccable. She complimented my work. She didn't just say, well, I want your stuff, Wow, guys. So we came up with a figure. I packed everything. I even gave her a tote. I packed everything away for her where she just has to take it out. She said she's unable to do this anymore, So, and we even set up some future things. So I am just so amazed. And I mean, all I had left then was my gnomes and my angels. So it was, and my scrubbies and some few scrubbies. I sold quite a bit of scrubbies actually. And so it was just awesome. It was awesome. And this happened quite early on. We were open until 4, and this happened around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Just amazing. And people were like, what just happened? The event, the head of the event actually said, I thought you were packing up. I said, no, I wasn't packing up. And I told her what had happened. And everything ran smooth. and it was awesome. Everything ran really, really smooth. Um, so yeah, so I ended up making the most I have ever made at a craft fair in 30 years. I was tickled pink. Um, yeah, and we had actually, now guys, this was a little uncomfortable, but I was really, really happy about the way I handled this situation, because we came in and the event leader had actually given us a double space because it was Sunday and she wanted to kind of fill in. So I had to actually move over a row. So I moved over a row, and right behind me, um, well, yeah, let me just put it that way. It could have been a really sticky situation, but maturity was used and it was a great situation. So, um, but we had actually been given those double spaces. So that was super, super cool. And I am just so excited. And, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of paper products. I'm going to start creating my own paper products. Super, super excited for next year now for sure. It's amazing that each venue you go to, something sells better than it did the last time, and then things can happen like they did here, and you sold everything. I mean, oh my gosh. So, and I only came home with 9 gnomes. Guys, I think I made about 48 gnomes, and I only have 9 left. Awesome, awesome. And let me see, my angels, I think I sold my angels for $15 each, or 2 for $25. And I think I sold about 8 angels. So I do have some packed away and ready to go for next year. I was able to totally wipe out my office. I sold all 3 of my little golden book journals. So I'm really going to concentrate on those this year as well. Amazing. It was amazing. But now, real quick, guys, I want to show you, if you have someone coming over, I have to come up with something real quick. My son's bringing a friend, and I have to come up real quick with a gift for that friend, and I want to make it nice. But anyway, if you have someone coming over unexpectedly, even if they pop up, unexpectedly, you didn't know they were coming, you can whip this up really fast, or guys, just kind of whip some up just in case, especially like a female version like of this little gnome. We're going to do a trash to treasure gnome that anyone would be happy to receive. You do not need the boxes I use. I'm going to show you how to wrap it in the plastic, make it beautiful, and it's just going to be awesome. And I mean, we're going really back to basics here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use the mop for the beard. Now, guys, I don't know if I've used a mop for a beard in 4 years. So I want to thank you guys so much for the year. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful year. I have been absent a lot, and I have not made as many videos as I used to. I'm going to get back into some more videos, maybe even a couple challenges in there. I'm not real sure about that, because I really want to hammer out some paper crafting. I want to come up with my own ideas for paper crafting. My husband actually bought me a new mini die machine for Christmas. I had a big Cricut, Cricut Air Max 2 or Airflow 2 or Cricut Air 2, I guess you call it. And I actually gave that to my daughter. I gave it to my daughter for a gift. I had probably used it maybe 5 times max, even for my DIYing. So I gave that to my daughter, and my daughter has used it almost daily. So she's giving it a break right now because she got a new job. So it's like, okay, but she almost daily, she has used it. And I bought a bunch of dies. I went on Temu, bought a bunch of dies, so I'm excited. Next year, my goal is to have cards, boxed gift sets of cards, as well as single cards to sell at some of my shows. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited about this. So let's get back to basics and go make a trash to treasure gnome that you'll be happy to give as a gift for that unexpected guest. What you're going to need is, let me show you guys this real quick. If someone comes over unexpectedly, This gift is so cute, guys, and it's made with love. I have a little Ensure bottle. Now, I just came up with this morning. My husband drinks this Ensure, and I thought, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a trash to treasure gnome that anyone would be happy to receive. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these rocks, excuse the noise, for the weight, okay? Now, I'm going to put a lot of these in there. So if you do not have these, I purchased these at Walmart. If you do not have these, you can go outside, grab some rocks from your garden, grab some, any loose gravel. I mean, I wouldn't put dirt in there, but I mean, grab some, you know, grab some rocks to weight this down. This is going to be substantial, okay, which is fine. There we go. I filled this about 3/4 full, okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our lid on, just like so, okay. Now, I have this pair of socks that I also purchased at Walmart. We're going to be using one of these socks, all right. I want to measure here and see. Yeah, we're going to go about up to this gingerbread, so we're not going to have to cut into the gingerbread, so that'll be nice. It's just beyond the heel in the back, guys, right there, okay, just right in the center of it, actually. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off, all right. That leaves us lots of nice room for the hat, okay. Now, we're going to take, we want to make sure this is even. I'm still a little bit shaky from the medication I was on, guys, so I apologize if I'm shaking here. Go ahead, stick your little Ensure bottle in there. Make sure the cap's nice. The dog got a hold of it, our little puppy. He lets her chew on it just for a second until it starts to fray, and then he gets it away from her there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a elastic. Okay. We're going to tie this elastic right around the top of our little Ensure jar. But look, guys, this is already cute. It's not a real fat gnome. He's a nice little skinny gnome, sort of, but it's going to be just perfect. Not real plump, the dude ain't, but there we go. Now, let's go ahead, get this how you want it, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure our beard goes right here in this bald spot. Okay. All right, now we're going to get a piece of jute twine. Okay, and with this piece of jute twine, we're going to go ahead, we're going to reinforce this rubber band. Okay, go ahead and reinforce it. Now, double knot that real good. I want to see, because way back in the day, guys, when I first started, I individually would put my beard on, okay, just like so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead I'm going to cut these in half. All of our mop strings I'm going to cut in half. Just like that. Okay, we have cut in half 8 of the mop strings, okay? A little bit of hot glue. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go right like this. You will want to use your finger protectors and or your spatula for this, guys, because this is going to get really, really hot. Okay? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do the 2 ends, and then we're going to follow through in the center, just like so. Very, very hot glue. You can see that's a high temp gun. All right, now we're going to go here just like this. And then I'm just going to go through and fill in between. Just like that. We want this nice and neat. Just like so. There we go. And I'll be right back as soon as I get this filled in. Now we want to cut off our beard about right level here, just to where it meets the table, just like so. Now we're going to go back up, trim any more that you see that's not even. And again, if you have faux fur laying around, by all means use it. I'm just going back to the basics so I can show you how simple it is to make a sweet holiday gift. We're going to go back and we're going to go back over our beard with our remaining strands of the mop, just like so. Just like this. Okay, now let's work on the hat. What we're going to do is we're going to take the remaining sock. Okay, we're going to put it inside out. We're going to gather it a bit at the top. Take an elastic, one elastic. We are going to gather it right here, just like this. And again, we're going to take a piece of jute. We're going to reinforce this rubber band because eventually this rubber band will be no good. It'll rot right out one time. Go ahead. There we go. Just like so. Okay. We're going to turn this right side out. Okay. Now, there's our little gingerbread man all over this. Let's put this hat on. Okay. Now what we're going to do, don't like that at all. I'm going to get rid of this white part altogether, guys. Don't like it. I thought it would be okay, but no, we're not digging that at all. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all of that we can. Now, I want to keep this nice and straight and narrow, just like that. Good deal. Just like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this up. Look nice. Just like so. Just like this. I'm going to take a dab of hot glue and we're going to put it right back here, right in the back. Just a dab. Just like that. Okay, just like so. All right. Now, the nose. If you do not have a half wooden nose, what you can do is you can use a very small Christmas ornament. You can use a very small styrofoam ball. You can use a marble if you'd like. You just have to make sure that it's going to adhere to the surface you're adhering it to. Okay, I happen to have this 1/2 inch wooden piece because I make gnomes. Actually, this is a 1 inch, I'm sorry. Because you all know that's what I do. I make gnomes for Christmas, always. All right, so I'm going to put it up here high, okay? Nice and high. We're going to put a lot of pressure on this guy. This gnome couldn't have, or this nose couldn't have went in the more perfect spot. Just like so. Now, we're going to take, I'm going to tuck this under just a bit, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on his nose. Okay, just a wee bit right here. Watch your fingers if you're working with a high temp gun like I am today. All right, just like that. Gonna let that stick. Okay, let that stick right to his nose. Now, okay, so we have his hat pretty well completed, right? Now what we're gonna do, if you want to tuck this under, you most certainly can do so. In fact, it looks super cute like that. This little guy is turning out adorbs. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna come in a little bit closer. We're gonna dab this glue right here, okay? It's very hot, so I'm going to be very careful. Just like so. Just like that. And as I said before, my desk is in a whole new place, guys, so I am adjusting too. Okay, just like this. Guys, we're going to take this and we're going to pull this over. We're going to adapt right here. Okay, there we go. Now, all right, guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put his pom-pom on his hat. Isn't this adorable? Look at that guy. Look at him. This is the cutest little outfit for this little gnome. How cute. It was quick. It was easy. It's made with all products I already had at my house. If you need to embellish on something else, that is absolutely fine. You could use yarn for this. If you have the beard, I would use the faux fur beard. This is a cotton ball that I had. Actually, this is a ball from the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry. This is one of the snowballs from the Dollar Tree. You can use a cotton ball for this. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stick a bunch of hot glue on here, guys. I mean, a bunch, just right there. Okay, just like that. You can see the steam coming from this hot glue. That is hot. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stick his little ball, little pom-pom right here. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to embellish this dude, and we are going to call this a finished project, and we're going to wrap it up. I think he turned out absolutely adorable, and if you like what you've seen today, go ahead and give me a great big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell next to your subscription, and you'll be notified each time I upload new video. I can also be found on Instagram and Facebook at Glitzy Stitches by Shawnee Lee. Thank you so very much again for a wonderful year, and we'll see you back here next year. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye. And if you enjoyed today's video, here's something else you may like.